What's up YouTube, Pewsily here again, another new deck update for you, for the little while now since the Starstrike Blast was released. I pulled a secret that I wanted to use in a deck, so I have, and this is my Chaos Stun. So it's not just normal Chaos, it's not just Twilight, so I'll run through it all and let you know some card choices, and as always, comments and fixes and everything, always appreciated. Leave me a comment below. So of course, it's Chaos. You're going to be running 2 Chaos Sorcerers, the main sort of plus generator of the deck, really. So you special summon this guy, remove a monster. It's probably going to get bottomless or whatever, but that's always still a +1. So that's always good. And then another main guy in the deck's going to be triple Doomcaliber. He's a beast, so you're going to just negate any spies, Raikos, debris dragons, dandelions, and things with him. He really slows down your opponents. He's always going to be a 1-for-1 unless he's destroyed by battle, so you could summon him and he'll get bottomless. It's still a 1-for-1. Take out a monster with him, and because he's got 1/9 attack, you know, he's just going to be running over everything. So he's sort of the main dark fodder there, and your main light fodder is his counterpart, which is Rai-Oh. He's sort of the flip side of the coin to Doomcaliber, going to slow the opponent down rather than just disrupting him. It's going to stop all the Dark Soul Searches, Recruiter, Black Whirlwind, gadgets and things. They all stop. Can't activate Pot of Duality, and I can stop special summons when I want to. So that's the core of the deck. That's where it's all going to be focused. It's very anti-meta because they're so big. Okay, and then here's where my idea came from to really make it Chaos Stun rather than just Chaos. It's going to double effect veil it in the main deck. I saw some friends use these at locals, and like just a great effect. You know, when a plant synchro goes Cold Wave, you know straight away they got a debris dragon, they're going to Black Rose you, and this stops that. It's costless, easy way to get a light in the graveyard, it disrupts your opponent, and it's a tuner. So you've got that. And then here's the card that made me want to run it. So a counterpart version of that is Skullmeister, secret rare from Starstrike Blast. You can negate the effect of a card that activates in the graveyard by discarding it, and he's dark. So you've got light, negating stuff from the field, dark, negating stuff in the graveyard. And they're going to work as disruption fodder just to make sure your opponent's not doing stuff that they want to do, and they're going to work as getting lights and darks in the grave for Chaos Sorcerer to start beating down. Like I say, it's stun, so you're going to Cyber Dragon to beat down. They bait out bottomless, so you can drop your Rai-Ohs and Doomcalibers on them, but if not, first turn Cyber Dragon with a Doomcaliber is lethal, absolutely lethal, so that's excellent. By this point I was starting to think that I needed more engine, I suppose, more way to dump everything in the graveyard rather than just discarding it, so I went for a Light Sworn engine, because then I can use charge and solar recharge as well. So these obviously all lights, so they're going to work great in a deck that needs lights and darks. Lilas, they're in there to hit any pesky back rows like Oppression or whatever, and for Necro Valley because Royal Tribute can just go away, I hate it. And then Raiko is going to take out the monsters if I've got a poor hand, so it can help me pull through and clear their field, so you've got that. And it's obviously light heavy by now, so to be a bit more stun, a bit more reactive, we've got some more darks, more graveyard control in the form of D.D Crow, so you can take out any plant targets for Spore and take out the dandelions. You can, when your opponent plays Pot of Avarice, discard this to negate it so they don't get the hand advantage. Loads of uses for D.D Crow. Yeah, Kaiku, he's a great stun card. Again, he's dark. More graveyard disruption. This deck's not just about stopping them on the field, it's about completely shutting them down as well. So you've got to take out the graveyard to do that. And one of my favourite cards at the moment, Spirit Reaper. He's great at this format. He's a wall, so he's going to help if I have bad hands. And he's going to get rid of my opponent's good hands for me by stripping them of it. So Spirit Reaper wins games. If you haven't tried Spirit Reaper in your deck at the moment, I do recommend it. And lastly, last monster is Gores, dark. He's just, you know, great OTK stopper. And onto the spells, it's largely about pulling through to get everything that you're going to need to stop your opponent. So first things first, you got your Allure because you've got loads of dark targets, and 2 Pot of Duality. I like it at 2 because 3 I've always just found just stacks up in your hand and you can't obviously activate them all. So that's how I'm liking it. And the reason I decided to go with the Light Sworn engine was for charge and solar recharge. More draw power, more milling, more deck thinning, more just digging through. And you can basically modify your hand to reflect what your opponent has on the field. So if you've got loads of lights in your hand and stuff, you can mill through to get darks in the graveyard and stuff, and you can get the right Light Sworn monster that you need. Because we're milling a lot, you want more draw power in the form of God of Eris, so they're going to recycle any Chaos Sorcerers, Doomcalibers and Thunder King Rai-Ohs mainly. Onto staples next as well. Trinade, Dark Hole, Cold Wave. Gone for double MST, just largely because Necro Valley would shut this down quite a lot. And then lastly, a Monster Reborn. Onto the traps. In case you couldn't tell, I'm running Triple Decree. It's just an amazing anti-meta card itself, so as soon as you flip a Decree, usually about a quarter of your opponent's deck they can't play, so that's all the traps stopped. And it just basically means that my monsters aren't going to get bottomless, deprisoned, and get wasted. So I've got a Doomcaliber Knight on the field. I would rather my Doomcaliber Knight went to the graveyard, negating effect, than getting bottomless or anything like that. So just because it, naming the deck, it stuns your opponent more, it slows them down and completely put them in a situation they're not ready for. So there it all is. I think it's 42 cards in total, but as I say, always love your comments. Let me know how you feel. I haven't tested this yet, but my quick test hands and things, I'm liking it. So it's pretty good, just because this deck can't top deck very well, obviously, because it's only got things like the Chaos Sorcerer, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn that will help for a top deck situation, whereas plants have got like Debris Dragon and all that lot. So yeah, let me know what you think. Peace.